Hi, and welcome back. This is all for Life Path 33s. Wherever it falls in your chart, right, it's going to be a message for you, however it resonates. My goal here is to help clear your energy so that you can get on your own divine purpose, right? For years, I was impeded by all these dark ass energies that were in my family and were people that I encountered. And honestly, it felt like every person I dated was entirely engulfed in dark energies now that I know what I know, right? I've been on this journey for 8 years. After I gave myself cancer because I had this toxic way of thinking, right? And it was all about the path of coming into my own divinity. So my goal for you is that you get a little stronger, that you get a little lighter, that your energy opens up and you become your own sovereign being, right? And for those of you that are just starting your journey, it's a hell of a journey, right? But here's the kicker. You started this journey when you stepped out of the womb. Why? Because you are an old soul that has done this over and over and over, and you know it. And we are going to build a collective of only 33s that are going to transform this world. That are going to change the way that your tower and your battery in your own body is operating so that you can create the impact in this collective. So we can change the toxicity of these lower level energies that have been in control for way too long, right? And you've encountered this. They've been in your family. They've been your friends. They've been your lovers. They've been your employers. And you have literally transmuted and transposed to where you're now on this spiritual journey, where you're now curious going, well, what the hell does it mean to be a life path 33, right? They say Jesus was a 33. They say Buddha incarnated in a 33. There are so many ascended masters that have reincarnated on this planet that have been master 33s because of the fact that they download in their bodies the information that they need. So as they're hitting these frequencies, right, as you are seeing number sequences, they are activating within your soul's frequency. And so whenever you see a repeating number, just think, thank you, angels, for showing me and upgrading my system. Because each time your DNA is changing its frequency, you are raising your own vibration, right? When you get into the sun, that is literally how you receive your upgrades. Upgrades come from the sun, downloads come during moon cycles when your body is at rest, right? It's very, very important for you to understand this. If you're in the middle of the day and you can sleep in the sun, dude, go for it. Because it's gonna literally upgrade your system even quicker, right? So what am I gonna do? I'm going to look at energies that have been impeding your sleep space when you have been in the astral realm. I'm going to look at like your overall energy, like what are psychic gifts that we can go through and cultivate? What ascended masters are you working with? Where do you have blocks in your body? And like, what is it you're going through right now? And how can I best serve you to help guide you in the right pathways, right? Part of the fun of what I do is I have the ability to read Akash, right? I can tap into everybody's energy and I can actually see where you're at in your life path and really clearly help transmute energies so that you can kind of see what's going on. So if you guys know how to, go ahead and ground your energy now, right? Because I'm already feeling like this heaviness on my right shoulder and a heaviness on my heart center. And so go ahead and just like ground your energy and just breathe it out and breathe it in and breathe it out. And allow your body to shift, right? So that you get to a space where you're actually open to receive the message that's coming. And what I'm going to do is, as we're going through this, I'm going to shift your energy and I'm going to call out certain areas. And If you have a notepad next to you, grab it. If you get stuff that kind of pops in your head, like jot it down, because it's an old memory that really wants to leave your body, and just give it that space to do that, right? If you like the video, that would be dope because it helps get it in the hands of other 33s. You don't have to subscribe. Like, frankly, I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this to actually change our collective. My goal here is to transcend energy. I read cards, but truthfully, I'm an energy healer. I don't need the cards. And you guys know that because you have gut ass intuition. You have this amazing insight and this amazing understanding, and you have this foresight about you, right? For those of you that knew you were coming here, welcome. For those of you that have been feeling like you're alone, right? That you've been going through the struggle, or that you feel like you're up against a wall, no, you're not walking alone. Like, we're all going through the same journey at the same phase. This energy is heavy and it's thick. And the reason why is because it has to get you where you need to go, right? You can't keep where you're at. It's not working. You're not going to get on mission doing what you've been doing, okay? It's really, really important for you to show kindness and grace and joy and understanding to yourself, to understand that you need to play because your childhood was stolen from you. They robbed you of the child of your inner child, right? But it's all part of the lesson. Like, you had to go through all the bullshit that you had to go through in order to get to where you are standing right now, because you could not be the warrior that you are going and being the soft, empathetic soul that you are, that kind generosity, and that person who actually is constantly giving outside of yourself, right? You could not have gone through all the turmoil and all the shit that you went through and have been this person you are now. So the thing is for you to give honor and homage to the journey that you've been on, but to also understand that you now have the ability to open up your heart center, to fully release those lessons, because that's all that they were. They were only to keep you strong enough so that thick coat could stay on, so that you could have enough covering and enough shield to go into battle, right? Now you know what you're up against. You've seen it in the clear eyes of the people that you've encountered. And so now it's time for you to take off that thick coat. And it's time for you to get into your heart center and say, I am as much light as I am dark. And we are going to war, and I will rise. And I will still be kind in my enemy's face, and I will still be generous, and I will still go out of my way to show kindness to that stranger on the street. However, if you step to me, I will demolish you, right? It's with that command and that accord, that claiming of divine divinity, right? And I use God here. I wholeheartedly believe in God, in the creator, in the one source energy. Why? Because we are all gods. We are all one. You are a soul aspect of me as much as I am a soul aspect of you. And with that, let's begin. All right. Hello and welcome. This is going to be for the sign of Capricorn. And, you know, I just kept getting that, like sleeping's been really, really hard lately. And it's almost like there's no appetite. And instead there's a lot of drinking. Drinking of what? I leave that to you. You know, they gave me an impulse. But I'm really gonna just leave that there, right? It's interesting. It's like right now I just got like this brisk, I'm cold, and it's actually really warm in my home. So your body temperature could be going through like this transmutation, right? This alchemy process where you're slumping off old cells. And if you're doing that, like, you probably don't want to be drinking, but like, I'm not here to tell you what to do, what not to do, right? I'm here to give you options and to allow you to make your own decisions. My job is to lead you and allow you to see other things and then go from there, right? How do you need to be lifted up, right? How do you need for yourself to be lifted up? How do you need to pick yourself up, right? Where have you been giving away that control of lifting you up to other people outside of yourself? And how do you bring it back into self, right? Because this journey is a journey of you with you. And how do you give yourself that like kindness that's needed so you can go through this growth phase? I was so not tired before I did this, right? Had mad energy. So you could be going through these cycles where all of a sudden like you are up all night and you hit this like wall and then you just want to sleep. And so give honor to that and ask like, why am I going through these cycles? What do I need to do to nourish my body with the right foods so that I start sleeping better, right? I'm getting you're not eating whole foods, and you need to get back into that, right? Like stock up on fruits, stock up on veggies, and like really start incorporating them back into your diet. If you're not, that's what they're showing me. So take it with a grain of salt. It could be for one of you out there, but it's for someone. Your throat is like really, really clogged up and really blocked. And I'm getting a lot of pain in the left knee. So just kind of breathe that out, right? Like take a couple of deep breaths, like, and release all that stuck energy in those areas that like I'm calling out. I want you to open up your feet chakra, right? Open up your crown and pull that energy in so that you can start clearing and transmuting your own energy, because you actually know how to run energy. We all do. We are all batteries and bodies, right? We forget because we are in this veil of illusion, right? And as you start awakening, as you start shifting, as you start transmuting energy, you are starting to gain some of your old memories that you thought you lost, right? And it's almost like they're showing me it's to the point where you wake up and you're like, why am I here? Like, I'm not supposed to be in this space. Like, what am I doing here? Because you're revisiting a past life with a past love, is what they just said. With a longing of love, with this divine ability of introspection, right? Of the reason of why you've been searching, what you've been looking for. It's in you. It walks beside you. It actually, like, it walks to the left of you. So for the feminine, the masculine walks on the left, right? For the masculine, the feminine walks on the right. Take it as it resonates. But when you feel that warm sensation of that energy walking next to you, you know exactly where it is. You know what that energy feels like. And when you've been dreaming in these past lives, like, they're clear as day is what they're showing me. They're like clear pop pictures of you remembering that endless kind of love, that kind of love, right? That like taking away that home feeling, that blanket of clouds wrapped around you, that comfort, that safeness, that protectiveness. And what it is you've encountered these lower vibrational entities that have not only been encroaching in your dreams, encroaching in your Akashic records, trying to manipulate your memories, trying to insert themselves in your memories, and it's impeding you, the way you're drinking, right? And the reason why I'm getting that you're like kind of fasting to a certain extent is because somebody's been messing with your food. And so be aware of who's cooking your food, and also give homage to the, if you don't feel like eating Ask your body, am I supposed to be fasting? Am I supposed to be getting nutrients from a different source? I'm getting that you have a lot of like icky energy around you, so you need to be aware of that, right? When you're meditating, look into different types of hand mudras, because that's going to help shift your energy. Because remember, we're batteries. You have a plus and you have a minus, and your hands are essentially pulling in energy and releasing energy out of the body. And so you really want to look at like the flow of how that is happening and where you can do it better, right? I'm also getting like you need to start playing more, because you are living in a very systematic environment, and they need you to play like a kid and to have the ability at some point throughout the week to cut loose and just like be a kid, right? It's all about you blossoming in your own flower, right? You increasing your own frequency. You could be seeing a lot of 18s or a lot of 9s. And then they're also showing me 6. Yeah, it's all about you going home. You finding home. Like you're in search of this like comfort of feeling loved, of having like a hug, of having a warm hug, of having okay, let's give homage to that, and let's see it in the solar plex, and let's just release that out of the body. We're gonna pull it out because I know what's there, but we got to get there first. It's the grounding. It's like the environment that you've chosen. Wherever you are at right now, you feel very ungrounded. I'm also kind of getting like a up and down vibration of like 1 minute you're good and the next minute like you're a train wreck. And no, you know, that is not of God. That is fear, and that is an entity impeding your ability to process the emotions that you're feeling, right? I know you're lonely. I know it feels like I don't fit in, right? I don't belong here. And the truth is every 33 that I've ever met feels that way. And the kicker is we're the ones that have incarnated the most. And we're just so tired of the incarnation side. Oh, I'm going to cry. You're not the only one that misses home. It sucks when you look up in the stars. Sorry, guys. And you just know that you're not supposed to be here, but they need you to be here. You signed up to be here. You're a very critical part of this evolutionary cycle. And it's all about you breaking karmic debts from other lifetimes, clearing your karma so that you don't have to keep incarnating in this cycle because you're in the home stretch. You literally have 2 more incarnations and you're done. And so like the thing is how can you incorporate the things that you actually love doing, right? As a kid, I always would say, oh yeah, give me kids and give me babies and I'm good. Like I can be around kids and babies all day long, but adults, teenagers, I couldn't do it. Why? Because I could see the false mask that they were walking around in, and it just drove me up the wall that people were living so fake, right? That they were lying and condescending and just in their cycles, perpetuating cycles, right? And I'm getting like that you also see that also, right? So where do you find your stillness? How do you find your ability to separate from the thoughts from others, how do you find the stillness in separating from your own ego, right? Where your ego is perpetuating this isolation and this it's weird. This came out in the other reading for Leo. You may have Leo placements. Where are you asking for symbols, synchronicities, where are you asking for insight from your guides, from your ancestors, right? And where are you not seeing them? Remember, a butterfly is a sign. A red bird is a sign. Seeing a hawk is a sign. And like, so the thing is like, where is it that you are not seeing the signs that they are laying out in front of you, right? Because you're not alone. You walk with a tribe. Part of your incarnation was to, wow, really? That's a lot of cards, you guys. You walk with a tribe, right? It says flower power. So, ancestors love flowers. They love flowers. So if you can, like, get flowers and switch them out every week and get fresh flowers, right? Because heaven has been calling you. Like, your ancestors have been calling you. They literally have been giving you signs, synchronicities. Like, you've been praying to them because you're tired of being here. And I get it. Oh, somebody's also talking to somebody telepathically, or they think they are. No, they are. They said they are. And like, what are you utilizing for your own toolbox, right? What are you using to like increase your psychic abilities? You know, how are you training yourself to open up your awareness so that you can gain more insight, right? Gain more understanding. What is it that Capricorn needs to surrender? You got to get rid of the drama. And you got to get rid of comparing yourself to other people. Because the truth is drama is literally just a perpetuating cycle of judging. And you can't be in a godly vibration and be judging people or competing with people. Because like the truth is like you're here to be a healer. And you cannot be a healer and be in constant complaining or competition, right? Because the truth is like, it's weird. Like there's this pivot that takes place when you're in this evolutionary phase where all of a sudden you just don't give a fuck about anybody else. Like you just don't want to feed into the drama. You don't want to feed into the jealousy. You don't want to feed into toxicity. Like you want to just be in your own lane, right? And you want to just be kindness, and you want to be good, and you want to be just, and you want to be fair, and you want to be elevated. And somebody's swan may be tipped over, right? There could be a love that like is fallen flat on its face. And the truth is like when things leave us, it's not because it's because it's time. It's because it doesn't serve us on our journey, right? And there has to be a awareness in that this no longer serves me. I've outgrown this situation, right? Because not everybody is going to come with you. Sorry, guys. It's like I'm just noticing that like it's not on camera. Not everybody is going to go with you into your new phase of life. And that's okay, right? These. Okay. You could just tell me. So I'm just going to pull some cards and see what it is that you're kind of going through and where you're going, give you a little bit of insight. The stuff comes out like these cards come out like so quick. Is that it, or you want more? And what else? Yeah, okay, and that's it. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. All right. They've just been adamant about the way they want the layout to be. So I'm just kind of rolling with it. Yeah, so like where is it that this old toxicity has been keeping you in isolation, right? Because your heart's crying, your third eye is crying, like your soul is crying, right? And I'm really getting like you are very, very, very connected to animals. And but you've learned the lesson of being connected to animals. You've learned that lesson. Like you can talk to them and they just come to you, right? You have this clear understanding of where you've been, right? And I'm getting like your soul song has literally been muffled and isolated by the people that you're around, the toxicity and the drama that you're around. And it's literally all because of money. It's because somebody's a miser. Somebody has been using money as a form of control, and you have to see beyond the illusion of what your 3D reality is telling you, right? Because you are in this phase of a rebirth. You're literally going from a caterpillar into a butterfly, and your third eye is cracking, right? And so now you've got to let go of this old paradigm, this old way of being controlled of money. Because the truth is like when you get right with God, when you get right with yourself and you start living a righteous life and you start being actually a good human being and you start doing kind things for people without wanting anything in return, right? But you also are very selective with your energy. You're no longer giving your energy to everyone and everything, right? You're pulling that stuff back. And when you pull that stuff back, you then start earning discernment. Because what happens is empathic people, we pick these parents and this family that literally tells us we're shit continuously, or that our insight is not valid. We have no insight, right? It's wrong constantly, or they speed us up when we're telling them something, or they squash our dreams when we're being creative, right? And the thing is you have to understand those were all lessons, and they were all lessons for you to overcome. Because when you are divinely connected to the creator and you put out the wants, the desires for manifestation of abundance, you can manifest it instantaneously, because you are then aligned with what the energy is dictating around you, right? You become the master. You are no longer the student, right? You are no longer the person looking for things outside of yourself. You then own your own vibration. And when you are connected to source energy, your creativity flourishes. You can literally open up portals instantaneously, traveling anywhere you desire, because you're connected to the inner guidance of self, the inner guidance of your soul's aspects, right? Not only just your soul fragments, but your counsel, your guides that walk with you, right? And then you open up to a totally new vision of what your life looks like. You're no longer being able to be controlled by those things that have been impeding you this entire time. And I have to say, they're all dark, lower vibrational entities, right? They literally are trying to keep you trapped and to keep you in the state of lack of, if you don't do what I tell you to do, then you're not getting da 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 da, right? And you have to understand, like, you are the magic. You are the high priestess. You are the high priest. You are the Hierophant, right? You create your own desires. Really? And that's it? Yeah. Okay, so we are going to be pulling these out of the sacral, the root, and the solar plex, right? This has literally been like this manipulation of your own duality, of you understanding your light and dark, of you understanding your God complex, of you understanding your masculinity and femininity. And the people around you have literally pulled your sensitivity out of you and pushed you into this masculine energy, right? And it's for female and it's for male, but they've done it for both, right? They literally have like called you names, told you to toughen up. And the truth is you have to be as much light as you are dark. You have to be as much masculine as you are feminine. It is when you master the alchemy within your own capabilities, you then get to level up. Dantalan. Dantalan. Solar plex, please. Out of the yellow grid. You need to come out. Visago. This literally was impeding your fight or flight. This literally was rocking your foundation so that you were always in this fog of an illusion where you were constantly losing yourself, your logic, your memories, your progress, your innovations. They abused this mental takeover of your abilities. You could suffer from memory issues. You could have anger bursts. You could be needy and codependent. You could be surrounded by really corrupt individuals that have been self-sacrificing to keep you isolated, to keep you in this state of drama and comparison, right? Salos is the Two of Cups, right? And this literally is like the self-sabotage part. Like the minute that you get that new job, all of a sudden you think your coworkers are talking shit about you behind your back. And then your internal guidance system gets turned around because you're in this brain fog. And so it amplifies this toxicity. And then it amplifies this ability of not fitting in. And then you feel isolated. And then you all of a sudden are manifesting the environment that your brain has been telling you is happening around you. But in actuality, it was never there until your brain started pushing out that energy, right? It's very, very important to understand how strong as a life path 33 your energy is, and identifying what are the repeating patterns that you are having in yourself. Whoever has that energy in your left ovary, I see that. Let's go ahead and pull it out of that grid, please. Out of the reproductive grid. Yes, that's correct. Out of the navel. Sacral, correct. Yes. All the way. For us, this is this pretending of invincibility, right? If I put up enough walls, then you're not going to be able to hurt me. And it's this false sense of security. And undiring, like constantly looking outside of yourself to get that validation, so that way you are doing what somebody else wants, and that's how you feel love. But in actuality, those people never loved you. They were just doing it as a form of control because they are karmic people, right? They're lessons for you to overcome in this lifetime. They're not meant for you to give away your power. Marex, and that's Page of Pentacles. I think he came out in the other one too, in the Leo reading. Yeah, it's that whole like casting stones. I'm gonna tear you down before you can tear me down. I'm gonna get you to a place where you're elated and happy and excited, and then I'm gonna burn you and I'm gonna cut and run. Right? It's the I'm gonna get you before you're gonna get me. And in truth, like it's a defense mechanism, right? Obviously, because we've been horribly wounded. And the truth is like that clogs up your true voice. It literally impedes like your throat chakra to where you can't speak your piece because you're constantly on defense mode. And we're giving acknowledgement that that's living all in the interior gut area, completely wholeheartedly. And Radam, that is the Three of Swords, right? And this is constantly being Whew, this is all past lives, right? Past lives, present lives, future lives. Because if you don't learn this lesson, you're going to repeat it again. And what it is it's the robbing Peter to pay Paul. Because your hope is to have the stability in life, right? Who doesn't want stability? We live in a 3D reality. But the truth is running away from one situation and going into another doesn't change those lessons that you picked up with that first person, right? This is the way they're showing it to me. So just take the analogy as it is, right? Because what happens is you then manifest the same situation in the next person, because it's not the person, it's the reflection of all of your wounds. All of your core wounds are being re-accentuated in that other person. The people that you're encountering are a mirror of your core wounds. So until you actually start understanding that these entities outside of you have actually been pushing through your entire lineage and been passed through each ancestor over and over and over and over. It is embedded in your cycles, not only in your past lives, but in your family lineage that you picked in this life. Why? Because you are meant to be the chain breaker. You are meant to be the way shower. You are meant to be the light being that actually sees all of this for what it is. You bring it into fruition and you transmute that shit so it no longer impacts you, right? Because you are more than just money. You are a god in this body, right? You create your own fortune by thought alone. And so when you raise your vibration and understand, hey, this insecurity is coming up again. Why is it coming up? I thought I got rid of this. I thought I completely cleared this out. And when that doesn't clear out, then you have to do the internal writing out, right? Go into your creative space, go into your mind and understand what your mental body is being overtaken by, right? And transmute that shit. Like, part of the reason why you are a master number in this lifetime is because you are at the core of who you are, an energy alchemist, right? Your job is to literally transmute whatever energies you're feeling, disconnecting the emotion that is attached to it, and allowing yourself to raise the vibration so that the situation and the emotion are no longer connected, right? So then you are no longer a habit of your environment, and you are then transmuting and raising the elevation of the space, the time continuum, right? And so as you do that, you're updating your records, you're updating your lessons, and you're saying, I learned this, and then they will show it to you to see if you in fact learned it. Are you done with the drama? Are you done with the comparison? Are you done with the jealousy? Are you done with the backstabbing and the backbiting? Like, they are going to test you moving forward to see if you are still in your old traumas. And as you transmute that energy, then you will level up. And then what happens is at a certain point, when shit comes at you, you're like, I see what you're trying to do. That doesn't have any bearing on me anymore. You know, and then you just say, that's not who I am, and I choose to not feed into that, right? Yeah, so if you have moonstone, you may want to get a moonstone, right? It's going to heighten your intuition. It's going to tap you into that third eye. Your emerald is really for you being able to celebrate your own wins, right? And then Nirvana quartz is literally to clear out that energy. Clear quartz is a great one to have around the house always. I absolutely love it. Let's see. Let's get guides. What guides are we going to be working with? Kuan Yin. She's my right hand. Yeshua. Who doesn't love him? White eat. Wow. Whew, you've got some big dogs coming out today. Coming out to play. And that's way too many. One more. We keep it fair around here, huh? Okay. Mahattar Baji. Babaji. I always Babaji's easier. Mahatvar's kind of hard. Kuan Yin, care and compassion. I love her. Her energy is soft, it's kind, it's gentle. But in the same regard, she'll drop somebody on their ass, right? So like, she's as much warrior, she's as much light as she is dark. When you find yourself struggling in your your masculine and your feminine energy, ask for assistance. That is what she's there for, right? She also runs energy amazingly, and you can have a conversation with her. Actually, for this week, I would actually suggest you working with these 4 guides specifically, because they sit somewhere on your elder council, and really identify. One might even, is one a gatekeeper? Hold on, let me see. Is Kuan Yin a gatekeeper? Is Jesus a gatekeeper? Okay, so utilize Jesus as your gatekeeper this week. When you feel like you're being attacked, call on Jesus and ask for Jesus to quiet your enemies, right? To touch their hearts, to allow them to surrender, right? Ask miracles to happen where there are no possibilities of miracles. Don't make me cry, Jesus. He might soften your heart as a form of protection, just an FYI. So if you break down crying and you're releasing, go with it. It's all part of the process, right? You gotta ugly cry to fully release, surrender, hit your knees, so that way you can be rebuilt up, right? It's all about like shifting your nervous system so that you can actually accept those blessings that are coming for you. White Eagle, ancestor spirit, if you have Native American connection, call on them, because when you walk with tribes, you feel that energy, right? Have you ever walked into a room and everybody turns and looks at you? It's because you're not walking alone. You walk with tribes. Babaji is soul expansion, right? Where is it that you need to tap in so that you do tap into that celestial part of who you are, that cosmic part of yourself? So you may also be seeing like geometric patterns as you're falling asleep. It gets kind of trippy. However, it's exactly what you need right when you need it. So just go with it. When you go to sleep, call on these animals and ask for divine protection in the astral realm. It will help you. Mountain goat, something's out of balance in your life and you know it. So ask for help in balancing those things that are not sitting easy, right? Whenever you feel fearful of a decision that you're making, call on the zebra and ask for that help, right? They're there to help you with your solutions. When you go to sleep, ask these guys to work on things for you in the ethers, right? Ask for that divine protection. No one and nothing should be messing with you in the astral realm. If you feel like you're getting fondled at night, if you feel like somebody is impeding you, if you wake up and you feel like you're being chased, like you need to ask for assistance, because we're in a spiritual war, you guys. And the devil is getting weaker and weaker with each awakening, with each wave of enlightenment. As more and more of you come online, like there becomes this anxiety of trying to get you guys to get a hold of the energy, right? They do it through music, they do it through movies, they do it through TV, anything outside of you may need to disconnect with for a little while. If you drink excessive alcohol, it is a gateway to literally letting entities in. Have you ever had that time where you go, I don't know what got into me, but that was not me last night? It's legit, because it was not you last night. And so you need to give homage and understanding when your soul is getting pushed out of your own body, and they're doing it as a form of manipulation to use it against you, right? So understand that. It's all about knowing what your enemy is working with, so then that way you can then be 10 steps ahead of them. You got to know the rules to break the rules, right? It's all about the art of war. So like, you're like calibrating with somebody is what they just said. I was reading the words, but they're like, no, that's not what it means. It means you're literally not only calibrating with the moon cycles, but you're calibrating with your soul tribe, right? And so then you have to really ask, like how do I pull more people like me that are actually living in a healthy, higher timeline? Because like, I don't want to be connected to the timeline that I'm in any longer, right? And if you don't know how to shift your timeline, I'll give you like a quick 101, right? A breakdown. And you got a cheetah. So between the wolf and the cheetah, you should be pretty on point in the astral realm. These guys are more like grazers, more like calming energies that are going to allow you to process your dreams, to allow you to truly understand what it is that your guides are trying to tell you. These guys are your defense mode, right? They're going to be the ones that are going to be on point. And so you have to understand how to work with these energies. And this is like your 8 guides that I would really be working with over the course of this next moon cycle, in all honesty. And wow, I feel like that was like a lot of information there. Sorry, it's the way it happens. And just 3 cards. Yeah. What else? This is essentially, these are your homework cards, right? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so Om. Om is the state of balance, right? But that's Omega, isn't it? So, you may be readjusting, recalibrating to the vibration of your divine creation, right? So understanding, like, in your family, what are the toxicities that have been played over and over and over, right? What's the type of love you do not want? What's the forever type of love that you do want, that is going to give you that alignment within self, within spirit? And then that's going to actually open up the gateway to your true purpose, right? And write down, like, what is the stuff that you love to do? What is the stuff that feeds your soul? How do you come back to self? How do you come back to your own divine balance within self, right? And give yourself that time and that space to truly allow quiet, is what they just said. Where there is no noise, where there is no outside information, where there is nothing outside of you, no music, no, like, Abraham Hicks is really a big component of like listening to the fan. So maybe that's going to help you, right? No mantras, no meditation, no, I mean, maybe you can do Om. Can they do Om? Is that okay? No, they want you in complete silence. Because you really have to start working on how to separate. You have to learn to separate vibrations, right? So she also says it's like a tuning in frequency in the radio channel. But you want to make sure you're at a very high vibration when you're tuning in. And again, work with those guides for divine protection and guidance. Let no one in your field. And so let's just go through the chakra system and let's allow ourselves to rebalance. Starting at the feet. Just recalibrate them to proper, what's highest and best for you at this moment in time. Disconnecting any cords, any impediments, any attachments from any and all chakra systems. Going into the root. Going into the sacral, going into the solar plex, going into the heart, going into the throat. Yeah, we're not going into all those other ones, no. We can go into both third eyes, yeah. Go into third eye number 1 and third eye number 2. And crown, please. And let's go ahead and clear out that soul star. And let's clear out subtle warrior 2 while we're at it. And let's just align everything to its ample highest vibration of self. Let's try to get to 86% light, please. And let's go ahead and place a rainbow waterfall. 72 hours until completion, or as far as it's able to go. Please make sure that you are drinking a lot of water, staying very hydrated, adding lemon, citrus to it. You may want to do cleanse. I would lay off of the alcohol for at least 72 hours if you are capable of doing that. And just kind of tap into your body again, because there is a lot of balance. If you can get into nature, please get into nature, get grounded, utilize that energy, that source connection, and really give yourself that space to heal whatever's been happening within you. Anything else, guys? Oh, you're sweet. You are loved, and you have a team with you that is really fighting on your behalf. And know that you are not alone in this. You walk with a tribe, and you walk with one of the largest, strongest soul groups on this planet. And it's time for you to get into mission. No longer playing a victim, no longer feeding into the negativity, understanding that you are a God in the body that you stand in, right? And knowing that you have this divine power and this authenticity to evolve the planetary alignments. Let's go ahead and fluff out the wings if there are any that are watching with wings. We can get into that a little bit later. And why does everybody has this ball on the money wing? And so your finances could be messed up at the moment. So let's go ahead and pull that out. And whatever's sitting in the middle of the back, let's go ahead and pull out that ball too, please. Is that a cord? Yeah, let's go ahead and release that. If you have hip problems, stretch it out. But know that that cord has been detached. If there is an entity attachment there, oh, okay. So for any entity attachments currently listening that are in the body, I'm going to call out some spaces. You are welcome to exit the body now. Let's go left hip, left knee, right foot, both hip joints, navel, intestines, spleen, liver, just right above the heart. I don't know what that is. Sorry, I can't see it. It's like a thymus or something. Right side of the jawbone. You are all required to exit now. And that left wing all the way down. Yeah, whatever's in that arm, that all needs to go, please. And then waterfall will clear to completion. Let's go ahead and close up the feet, close up the crown, and let's go ahead and revisit into full completion. And I just want to say too, my gifts are very unique to me. There is not another me on this planet. Everybody comes with their own gifts, but only I can do what I can do. I've yet to meet somebody who can do what I do. So I don't know, that's for somebody out there. Maybe somebody asked. Have a good night's sleep. Get a lot of rest. Get a lot of water. And be in flow, right? Pay attention to what it is you're watching, what you're listening to, because all of that shit is impeding your sovereignty, your space. Maybe you need to change up your music to where it's not any music with no words, right? No harsh music. Keep it light. Keep it fluffy, right? Keep it PG. I don't know. That's what they're saying. They're like being haha funny right now. Because somebody's a jokester. So I hope that this reading found you well. Sorry it's so long, but like the messages come out as they need to. If you like this, please like it so that way you are helping other 33 see this video. And hey, if you resonate with the content, you're welcome to follow. I'm going to start putting out stuff on a regular basis, and they're going to be different spreads. At some point, I will open up the chats, and I will be giving away free readings, free healing sessions where I'm helping you update your records, right? So that is going to start coming. I'll do those probably at the beginning of February, but we'll see how that goes. I hope that you have a fantastic moon cycle, and work with them, see how it goes, and then come back and let's do it again. Ciao, ciao.